Here we go with Giulia looking more than ready to compete. That fire in Giulia's eyes, it really is unmatched.
Well, that's because Giulia comes from the uber-competitive Japanese wrestling scene, Cole, where not only did she have to stand out, she had to hit hard. And Giulia does both those things better than just about anyone these days.
Yeah, there's a reason she's known as the Beautiful Madness. There's no taking Giulia lightly in the ring.
And then there's Rhea Ripley standing over on the opposite side of the ring, ready for a fight.
Rhea's always ready for a fight, Saxton. And when she's in a mood, unfortunately for anyone who gets in her way, it's usually a pretty lopsided fight at that.
Oh, no. Oh, look at the leg breaker.
Really just laying it in.
Constant attacks from Giulia.
Giulia with a systematic attack.
Look at this.
Snap suplex. I can't believe it. Somehow able to find the leverage and get it done.
What a double axe handle.
Ripley's strength being nullified with moves like that.
Double underhook. Nice butterfly suplex.
As impressive as that was, it has to take something out of a smaller competitor.
She counters it.
Schoolboy into the pin.
Turns the tables, shoulders down.
I guess he doesn't think she's softened her up enough yet.
Oh!
Attack after attack is smothering Rhea.
A full court press being applied to Ripley.
Each superstar trying to counter and gain an advantage.
Look at this, just driving the knee into the spine.
Corey, a large part of what makes Rhea Ripley so impressive in the ring is her power game. How exactly do you approach that part of Rhea's game?
This is where you have to focus on attacking the base, Cole, because it'll definitely be hard for Rhea to generate any of that power if she literally doesn't have a leg to stand on. A clash of counters, and these superstars did their homework. Slam down hard.
Momentum fully shifted to Giulia.
Yeah, attacking Rhea's base has clearly paid off. No longer having a leg to stand on has really hurt Rhea's chances in this one.
Giulia with a hammer lot. And spinning into a Michinoku driver.
And Giulia is stepping up.
I don't get this. She's barely paying attention to her opponent. She's supposed to be competing in a match here.
Rhea unprepared here.
Suplex. Ripley in a surprising bit of danger.
Giulia with a systematic attack.
Mounting. And hammering away. A drop kick from the middle rope.
Nicely done.
Headbutt. And she's tracking her opponent. Might be ready to put her away.
Oh, drop kick. Constant attacks from Julia.
Things look dire for Rhea.
Oh, well scouted by Ripley.
Now she's looking for some momentum.
But Ripley still has to do more to get this fully in her favor.
And she knew Ripley's game plan. Look at that insult to injury with that one.
She's rocked, and things aren't about to get any better.
A drop kick from the middle rope.
Nicely done.
She's just taken so much. Damage to this point.
Looks like the gas tank is running past E now.
Now look at this laser focus. She's looking to put this to bed.
Drop kick. Attempting high-risk move after high-risk move at a breakneck pace.
Oh, that'll send a shock down your spine.
Hoisting their opponent up.
Fisherman Buster.
Uh-oh.
Stepped aside. Oh.
Down around to the schoolboy. Shoulders are down.
She manages to get the rope break.
She dodges out of the way. Crucifix head scissors.
And now Rhea is in a compromised position.
Julia with a systematic attack. Just multiple kicks right to the face.
With the counter.
Opportunity now for Rhea to capture some momentum.
But Ripley still has to do more to get this full.
She's going for the cover. Kicks out before the 2 count.
This is where great cardio makes all the difference, helping you stay alive deep into the match.
Catches the kick.
The leg is, oh man, right on the jaw.
That'll ruin your day. Crucifix head scissors.
A quick reversal from her. Caught the leg.
Bang, nice contact there.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash. Julia looking to attack from above.
From the top, double stomp. Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up. Oh, God.
Face wash.
Constant attacks from Julia.
Ripley's experiencing some brutality.
Oh, they clutch their opponent's wrist, and look at this. How humiliating. Just kicks to the face.
Ouch. Brutal forearm. Oh, disabling the leg with that.
Ripley is square in her sights, extremely vulnerable. Julia looking to put her opponent away. Oh, Northern Lights bomb.
And Ripley felt every bit of that.
2. And she's still in the game.
Wow. After a kick out like that, you have to be impressed by Rhea Ripley.
I don't know if there's more frustration or desperation in the ring now. Julia looking to put her opponent away.
Oh, driven down, Northern Lights bomb.
Did Julia clinch this?
2. And she wins. That is a huge victory. Here is your winner, Julia has to be happy with that win.
Even a woman as tough as Rhea Ripley couldn't withstand what went down in this match.
And it's the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, ready to throw down in this one.
Rhea loves to play the intimidation game, Cole, and it's not like her peers don't fall right into her trap. It doesn't matter who you are or what you've done in this business. If Rhea Ripley has her sights set on you, get ready to fall.
Yeah, Corey, and Rhea Ripley also has a constant need for destruction. It drives her, keeps her hungry, and tonight Rhea plans to feast.
And across the ring is the beautiful madness, Julia, a competitor who certainly knows how to stand out.
Oh, you want to talk about a superstar who's lived up to the hype and then some? Look no further than Julia. There's a reason Julia's been a standout and a top dog no matter where she's competed. She reminds both her competitors and the WWE Universe of that every time she sets foot in the ring.
Oh, look out. Whoa, what a landing. From all the way up. Wasted no time flying out to the floor.
She might want to turn her attention back to the match at hand. Julia looking to attack from above.
Forearm club.
Momentum fully shifted to Julia.
Julia with a systematic attack.
Corey, what's the play here against Rhea Ripley? What's the key to eradicating the Eradicator?
I don't know about eradicating Rhea Ripley, Cole, but in terms of getting the upper hand and possibly even the win, you've got to outsmart Ripley. Rhea Ripley's a smart competitor, but if you can be smarter, you'll have more than a fighting chance here.
She's got the head scissors cinched in, and this is just torturous. Look how she's raining down those elbows.
Just going all out with every blow. Placing her in the corner. Oh, caught by the back elbow. Ripley is getting beaten down here.
And Ripley has clearly been outsmarted at this point. Outpowered mentally, and she's simply struggling.
Julia is just begging for a fight.
Oh, come on. This is just ridiculous now. Pay attention to your opponent. I'm all for getting in the head of your opponent, but there's a point where she has to lock up. Does she think she's in a pose-off or something? This is a wrestling match. She could be on her way to a countout. She keeps on talking, but is she actually going to deliver?
She's back in the ring, ready to get back to business.
Momentum fully shifted to Julia.
Ripley has to stop struggling.
Ripley avoids the attack.
Ripley with the wherewithal to counter. Oh, schoolboy! Shoulders down here!
Oh, turning the pin around.
And she decides to back off for the moment. Ooh! What a reversal!
What a boot! Ooh! Dodges away.
What's coming next?
A back suplex.
She's coming too, and she's not going to like what comes next.
Fought off with an elbow.
Ow!
Michinoku driver, wow!
In total control of their opponent at the moment. Scooped up and
Hard slam down.
Julia with a hammerlock. And spinning into a Michinoku driver.
vicious double axe handle.
You can see Julia's eyes tracking the enemy now. Julia, what is she looking for here? Has her opponent. Oh, driven down, Northern Lights bomb.
Did Julia clinch this?
Discouraging results for Ripley right here.
It's all Julia.
Julia looking to put her opponent away. Oh, Northern Lights bomb.
Rhea went down in a heap.
2 count. And that'll about do it, folks. This one's over, folks. Julia picks up the win.
That's why they call it light work, Cole. Barely even broke a sweat.
The beautiful Magnus Julia looking to get things going here in this one. And if there's one superstar who lives up to the hype, it's got to be Julia.
Absolutely, Cole. From her in-ring intensity and physicality to her ineffable charisma, Julia is a truly unique international standout. You can't help but take notice of her.
Yeah, if Julia's aura doesn't stop you in your tracks, then maybe those devastating strikes of hers will.
But let's stop messing around and talk about the other superstar in the ring, Rhea Ripley. This is a woman who has left broken bodies in her wake her entire career.
Could she end it here? And a kick out before even one there.
This isn't even close to over.
Lift it up. What's next?
That was one of those power bombs that would shorten someone's career.
Oh, she was ready with the counter. Moving into the ring.
Wow.
Oh, my God, what a slap.
That's
Disrespect.
Adding a level of insult with that kind of physicality.
Waist lock. Able to counter. Look at fighting out
From the opposition.
Oh, my God. Oh, she's really starting to feel the effects of this match.
Julia making an example of her opponent.
Corey, what's one thing you need to do to truly gain the upper hand against a superstar like Rhea Ripley?
You have to neutralize the power and strength of Ripley, Cole. Trust me, taking that factor out of the equation can be a real game changer. So do whatever you can to deplete Rhea Ripley's power reserves, to make her a shell of the superstar we know her to be.
Rhea Ripley turning up the intimidation factor.
All the way up and around the world.
Crucifix head scissors.
That maneuver goes to show you how much speed kills.
She's taking things back into the ring.
Caught with a clothesline.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash. Constant attacks from Julia.
Yeah, Ripley's power reserves have clearly been depleted. Her power and strength gain completely neutralized here.
A drop kick from the middle rope.
Nicely done.
Fortune favors the bold. These risks could be a winning strategy.
Oh, an overhand chop.
Oh, my goodness.
And Rhea on the wrong end of some aggression there.
At this point in the match, you have to expect to be run down. Delivering nasty stomps. You want to control the tempo. You want to dictate the pace. That right there is how you do it.
Ripley can't escape this pressure.
Julia with a systematic attack.
Looking dazed, you can tell she has no idea what's coming to her.
Ooh! Oh, she gets no reward on that one.
Carefully placed stomp to the arm.
Ooh, treading all over their opponent. She turns that attack away.
Oh, mounting him and just punching it away. And a big slap.
Boom.
Strikes with a kick. Teeing off.
Every strike more devastating than the last.
Ooh, sharp elbow.
Giulia into the hammerlock. Hoisted way up, and the Michinoku driver.
Ripley is square in her sights, extremely vulnerable. Well scouted by Ripley.
High-level ability being shown with the...
Giulia, what is she looking for here? Has her opponent hooked.
Oh, Northern Lights bomb.
Now Giulia needs to end this.
2. What a performance and what a win.
Here is your winner, Giulia.
Giulia has to be happy with that win.
A loss for Ripley is borderline unthinkable. She's got to be furious.
I can't even imagine how Rhea's going to react to this loss.
And it's Rhea Ripley looking to go on a tear in this one.
Power, precision, intimidation. Ripley has it all in spades, Cole. That's what makes her so dangerous. On top of the sadistic streak, that is.
Yeah, Corey, that's why there is perhaps no superstar more dominant in all of WWE right now than Rhea Ripley.
And then we add Giulia, who's always got that fire in her eye. Indescribable aura combined with unforgiving offense. Giulia is a superstar who stands out everywhere she's ever competed, WWE included.
Yeah, that's exactly why she is the beautiful madness.
Corey, a large part of what makes Rhea Ripley so impressive in the ring is her power game. How exactly do you approach that part of Rhea's game?
This is where you have to focus on attacking the base, Cole, because it'll definitely be hard for Rhea to generate any of that power if she literally doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Ripley in a surprising bit of danger.
Yeah, attacking his base has clearly paid off. No longer having a leg to stand on has really hurt Rhea's chances in this one.
From the middle rope.
Fast movement gets her out of the way.
Big leg drop.
Look at this, just stomp after stomp after stomp.
You got to wonder if there's more animosity in this match than we previously thought.
Hung out to dry.
And now headed to the outside. Julia comes right back at her. Oh!
Delivered into the barricade.
Oh, strong impact.
Two-handed choke slam.
Ah, stomps to the legs. Tossed back into the ring. She's going up now, going up high.
Getting to her feet here, stumbling into the Lion's Den. Here we go.
She turns it around with the reversal.
Series of counters here. Who will finally capitalize?
Wrapping the arm over that top rope, punishing their opponent.
Uh-oh. Punching their way out of that one.
Julia into the hammerlock. Hoisted way up, and the
Michinoku driver.
Can you believe this?
I love it. All right, we got it the first time. Let's get back to business.
Oh, Julia anticipated that.
Lifted and completely helpless here. Oh, right to going for the 3 count. And she fights it off.
Now is not the time to wallow in disbelief. Pressure must be kept on.
Oh, look at a torture their opponent. Uh-oh, this isn't going to be good. Oh, man. Oh, stop right to the hand. From the middle rope.
Oof, no way home.
Oh, what a knee strike. And she's only taking more damage at this stage.
This could be fatigue. Finally.
Julia looking to put her opponent away.
Oh, driven down. Northern Lights bomb. Now Julia needs to end this.
Gut kick.
Nothing fancy there.
Look at this. Could be thinking of high-risk offense here.
From the top, double stomp. Double axe handle smash.
Ooh!
Momentum fully shifted to Julia.
Ripley needs to be resourceful. Find an opening.
Fisherman's Buster.
She has her down for the count.
Got it. No, just a 2.
She just dug down deep there, but I don't know if she'll be able to do it again.
From the top, double stomp.
Is it enough? Is this the end? There's 2. She kicks out with force.
So close. That could have been it. Steering clear there.
Big clothesline.
Grabbing the arms and just rapid stomps.
Stomp after stomp. Relentless. In full control here. Face full of turnbuckle. Clubbing blow. Things are looking a little rocky for her.
And as this fight goes on, Rhea's reaching new levels of brutality.
Face first into the turnbuckle for snake eyes. Stumps.
Mounting a downed opponent, and look at them go. Over and over and over again. And a slap for the exclamation point.
Julia not lacking any signs of resistance.
And Ripley is in complete control.
Take on. Axe handle.
Rhea goes for the cover. And she thwarts the pin attempt and one.
Somehow still in this fight. Not down and out yet.
Oh, turned it into a rocking hit.
Put into place.
They are deep into this match, and you have to think that their stamina is from the top.
Elbow drop. Oh, it's a piercing elbow.
And now going for the victory.
Is this it?
Almost ended it there.
She just won't stay down.
She's locked in, about to go for the kill. Julia into the hammerlock. Hoisted way up in the
Michinoku driver. I think that's it. That must be it. And Julia gets the win.
Here is your winner, Julia.
A shocking loss for Rhea Ripley.
Julia hit hard, fought her way, and look what it got her.
A beautiful W from the beautiful Madness.
We are set for action as Stephanie Vaquer looks to get things going here tonight.
Fiercely proud, that's what Stephanie Vaquer is. Proud of her Chilean heritage, proud of her Lucha Libre background, proud of her in-ring experiences all over the world. All of the above have molded the Dark Angel into the competitor she is today and have made her absolutely second to none in the ring.
I couldn't have said it any better, Corey.
But Charlotte Flair is no...
Charlotte, shot to the midsection. And Charlotte now hooking her Flair for an extra selection.
That was incredible.
And the cover. And when it comes to Charlotte, no one is more deserving of the hype that follows them.
Plenty of superstars talk about being the very best, but Charlotte has always done that and backed it up in the ring.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Flair's accomplishments speak for themselves, and Charlotte looks to remind everyone about them.
But with Stephanie Vaquer across the ring, we already know she's looking to dish out some devastating offense.
Yeah, Saxton, Stephanie Vaquer only has one setting, and that is on. It doesn't matter if she likes you or not. She treats every opponent the same, as a roadblock between her and her goals. And the Dark Angel has no problem hitting a roadblock head on. In her mind, it's just a means to an end.
It's always great to be back in NXT.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Michael.
NXT has been such a pivotal point for many superstars in WWE.
If she's not careful, that's it. She'll be counted out.
Returns to the ring, beating the count.
DDT!
Rake in the face with their boots, and
Vaquer is fixed on her now.
Stephanie Vaquer with her opponent tied up.
And there's the SVB. That might topple the Queen.
With Charlotte Flair, there's always that danger looming of her deep knowledge of torturous submission.
Yeah, Cole, and that's why you have to protect your limbs at all costs. The best way to do that's by keeping a careful distance between yourself and Flair. It's not going to be easy, but from the top!
And the diving leg drop right on target. Just a continuous rush on Charlotte here.
Taking my advice here and keeping a cautious distance from Charlotte, really preventing her from attacking those limbs. A great go behind.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful Charlotte's Web.
She still fights out in one.
Giving a massive effort to overcome the pin attempt.
Snap suplex.
Oh, kick right to the spine.
Go ahead and eat defeat.
Systematic attack on that arm.
And Charlotte got rocked off of that one.
Yeah, but this far into the match, you can't help but be impressed by the relative resilience.
And Stephanie has picked up the pace.
The Queen's perseverance being tested here. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. The Queen's in danger.
Stops the kick. And she denies Charlotte.
Stephanie managing to get back some control here.
Stephanie was getting grinded down, but could have just started a quick turnaround here.
Harsh forearm.
Draped across the middle rope. And down.
Oof.
Setting course to the top turnbuckle.
Watch out. All the way to the outside.
They got all of that. Just taking flight and soaring through the sky. Oh, putting focus on the arm here.
And Charlotte is being controlled here.
And Stephanie cannot be stopped right now.
Well, that'll do some serious damage. This match has to be close to an end.
Yeah, she has seen better days. Today, not one of them.
Oh, stop to the belly. Oh, look at this. This is not going to be nice.
What is happening here?
Headbutt, headbutt, headbutt.
Over and over.
That got bad real quick.
Sent straight into the barricade. Don't know if the ref is loud enough, but this is getting close.
From the top. Oh, God, terrible landing on the outside.
I don't care how tough you are. Hitting the floor from that height has got to hurt.
And Stephanie has picked up the pace.
Flair delivering the chop, followed by natural selection.
Bow to the crown, it's over.
Cover. We are underway with tables, ladders, and chairs, and a heck of a lot of teams.
We're
In a family that specialized in brute force over the years, perhaps no one better personified this than Rodney Anoa'i, nephew to the Wild Samoans, better known to the WWE Universe as the mighty Yokozuna. The family's first world heavyweight champion, Yokozuna arrived to WWE in the fall of 1992. An imposing behemoth, to say the least, Yokozuna would make an immediate statement, winning the 1993 Royal Rumble just a few months after his debut. This victory would grant him a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 9, where he took on Bret the Hitman Hart. This meteoric rise to the top was only a hint of the dominance Yokozuna would have on WWE for the next year. 2 WWE championships, a WWE Tag Team Championship, victory over the era's titans like Bret Hart, Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Hulk Hogan.
Yokozuna is my middle name. I'm named after my uncle. I carry it with like so much pride and weight on my shoulders just because of like what he's done for this business and like who he is as a person too. It's a cool middle name to have, man. I represent it with the pride, man, that I have. Hopefully, man, I'm making him proud by doing it.
The manner in which Yokozuna melded incredible size with unspeakable agility shocked the WWE Universe, who to that point were used to their monsters hitting hard but moving slow. Yokozuna broke the mold, punishing opponents with super kicks, uranagis, leg drops, and of course, his devastating Banzai drop. A maneuver so effective that once it had connected, nobody kicked out of it. Nobody.
Rodney was a very unique talent. I think the way he was able to handle all the pressure, it was kind of parallel to how he was in the ring. For someone to be so big and to be so nimble, you just don't see that very often. Rodney was one of those first solo guys, singles competitor guys that was able to go out there and really just make waves, make a big splash. I mean, pun intended, I guess. You know, that fool jumped in the pool, he'd knock out all the water, and that's the way it felt sometimes. He would go into those arenas and just suck in all the energy and be able to give it back. So when I look at Rodney, I see someone very similar to me, someone who understands the top, the very, very top of the game, the top position, and everything that goes along with it.
In a career filled with so many highlight reel moments, perhaps nothing stands out more than when Yokozuna faced and defeated the so-called immortal Hulk Hogan at the first King of the Ring event in 1993. Looking to humiliate Hogan after the Hulkster stole Yokozuna's WWE Championship only 2 minutes after Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart for the title months earlier at WrestleMania 9, Yokozuna entered the ring totally focused on the task at hand. And on that night, he not only got revenge, but his victory would send Hogan packing from WWE for nearly 9 years.
Hulk Hogan is finished.
Many felt that Yokozuna had indeed killed Hulkamania. Now, you get to possess the power of the mighty Yokozuna and deal out punishment to Hulk Hogan to walk out of the King of the Ring, a 2-time WWE champion. Showcase the ability and the agility that made Yokozuna a Hall of Fame performer and take Hulkamania down. Banzai.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an event of international magnitude. Photographers from around the world as they are documenting Yokozuna's every move.
Coming down the aisle with Mr. Fuji is the champ from Polynesia Islands, weighing 550 pounds, Yokozuna!
One thing, Corey, he's 550 pounds, bigger than he's ever been.
And I understand Hulk Hogan trimmed down so he can have more speed, more endurance. But I'll tell you something, Hogan's got to take him out early.
This is going to answer a lot of unanswered questions from WrestleMania 9. A lot of pressure on the president of WWE for what he did. But this is Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan. Let the winner be the winner.
One thing's for sure, Hogan will be quicker. He will be faster than he's ever been in any previous title defense.
Well, this is going to be interesting because he's wrestling a fresh Yokozuna this time. Not a man who's already wrestled a 15-minute match with Bret the Hitman Hart.
Well, Hogan and Yokozuna's last match lasted less than 30 seconds when Hogan won the title at WrestleMania.
Well, I can tell you, this match will go much longer. Yokozuna will not be caught by surprise this time.
Listen to this. What a phenomenal ovation for the WWE Champion.
His opponent, coming down the aisle with his manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, from Venice Beach, California, weighing in 302 pounds, the WWE Champion, Hulk Hogan.
You can feel this facility shake, literally moving. The rafters shaking with the ovation of the WWE Champion Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan thrives on these people. He thrives on the Hulksters, the little Hulksters. This is what keeps this man going.
Hulk Hogan's relying on the fans. He wants to hear them cheer. He wants to draw strength from them. But Yokozuna's focused. He has not taken his eyes off Hulk Hogan. He is ready, believe me.
The Hulkster ready for war, and you can bet, ladies and gentlemen, it will be warfare here.
Well, he's been saying for weeks that he is going to be the first man to slam Yokozuna.
Oh, nobody slams Yokozuna.
We'll see. Hulk Hogan wanted to prove it was not a fluke that he beat Yokozuna. And now we're going to find out if it was a fluke or not. Desire and resolve will be tested tonight, all for the right to claim the championship.
Michael Cole alongside Byron Saxton and Corey Graves, emanating from King of the Ring, 1993. Yokozuna is fuming over his embarrassing WrestleMania loss to Hulk Hogan. Now, Yokozuna has vowed to reclaim the WWE Championship and wipe Hulk Mania off the map.
Indeed, the last time these two shared a ring, it was disastrous for Yokozuna. Mr. Fuji issued a challenge to Hogan on behalf of his client. And 22 seconds later, Hogan was the new WWE Champion.
But that night was mired in controversy as Yokozuna had just been to battle with Bret Hart to win the title. This is going to answer a lot of questions from WrestleMania 9. This is Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan, and we're going to find out who's the true champion.
This is a situation you want to avoid.
Down into the shoulder.
Still so much more action to come after this amazing matchup. Of course, we have the King of the Ring finals later, but before then, there will be an 8-man tag team match with the Steiner brothers and the Head Shrinkers on opposite sides.
You want to talk about unfinished business from WrestleMania? Those two teams went to war back in Vegas, and I expect even more hard hits here tonight.
We know the sold-out crowd here in Dayton is firmly behind the Hulkster. Hogan is relying on the fans. He wants To hear them cheer. He wants to draw strength from all of them.
But Yokozuna is completely focused. He has not taken his eyes off Hogan since the bell rang. He is ready, believe me.
Watching!
You gotta be kidding me! From ring post to ringside, risking it all paid off.
You can see Mr. Fuji at ringside. He's shown he will do anything to earn his client the win.
Indeed he has, but he might actually rein things in tonight. We saw at WrestleMania that Fuji's interference earned Yokozuna the win against Bret Hart. But when he tried it again against Hogan, it backfired.
And not to mention that this time, Hogan has Jimmy Hart in the opposite corner. The Mouth of the South is keeping a close eye on Mr. Fuji to ensure this one stays fair.
Agonizing.
No mercy being shown to Hogan here.
Yokozuna making Hogan regret wanting this match. I love it.
Oh, the claw, not to the face!
Where else would they do it, Saxton?
Shoving them away. Bang! Can we talk about Yokozuna's meteoric...
Oh, no.
Waistlock applied.
Countered into a nice arm drag.
Right across the larynx.
Just a relentless assault from Yokozuna.
Yokozuna taking the fight to Hulk Hogan. The Hulkster's rocked.
He lets go of the hold, but I don't see any reason for it.
No telling what's going on in his mind right now, Michael.
Running hip attack. What impact.
Yoko now. Belly-to-belly slam.
That's got to be the end of Hulkamania.
Jimmy Hart trying to rally. And a kick out by Hogan with authority.
Hulk Hogan's not done yet. Hulk Hogan is coming alive.
Yokozuna back to his feet. Big chop to Hogan. And Hogan's starting to hulk up here.
How many times have we seen this over the years?
These massive strikes from Yokozuna having absolutely no effect on Hogan.
Hogan fired up. Hogan's ready to go.
Hogan feeding off the energy of all the Hulkamaniacs.
And here comes Hulk. And Yokozuna being backed up to the ropes. Big boot.
I can't believe Yokozuna's still standing.
Hogan continuing to pour on the offense. A second big boot, but Yoko still on his feet.
Don't let up, Hulkster. Keep swinging, keep firing away.
That boot, Yoko staggering, stunning, and he's down.
Drop the leg, Hogan. Drop the leg.
Hogan, leg drop. Here's the cover on Yoko, who kicked out of the leg drop.
What? Get Mr. Fuji out of there. Hogan feeding off the energy. Wait a minute. What is that photographer doing on the apron?
There's a match going on. What the heck?
What was that?
What in the world just happened here?
Oh, no. World's strongest flag.
Yokozuna demonstrating his full power. Hogan's in trouble. Oh, that'll flatten your... Right out. Yokozuna delivered that attack with pure annihilation in mind.
Yokozuna on the move.
title in the balance with the pin. And Yokozuna is once again champion.
I can't believe it.
The winner of this bout and new WWE Champion, Yokozuna.
We have the official word. Yokozuna is indeed the new WWE Champion. We may have just witnessed the end of Hulkamania, gentlemen.
There's no may about it, Cole. Yokozuna just conquered Hogan, and every newspaper in Japan is going to be filled with pictures of our new WWE Champion.
Here in the heartland of America, the heart of Hulkamania has just stopped beating. Hulk Hogan is finished.
Our next chapter sees the showcase spotlight shine on an area in which the family built their legacy: tag team wrestling. Starting with the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, all the way through to more recent champions like the Usos or Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This dynasty has always excelled in tag team competition, consistently showing an ability to dominate the division with a wide variety of looks. And the first team that we will look at, accompanied to the ring by Afa himself.
Fatu and Samu, the Head Shrinkers.
They put the fear in people's hearts. That's what the Head Shrinkers did back in the day. Second to none in that ring. You know, hard-nosed, battle-tested. They went for it every single night.
More astute fans may also know that early in their journeys, Samu and Fatu were managed by me, Paul Heyman, then known as Paul E. Dangerously, and the SST, the Samoan SWAT team.
The Samoan SWAT team is here. Vengeance is mine.
Already an imposing force that early on, their future greatness was obvious to so many industry experts. Afa, more than anybody, knew he had the team on his hands, with Samu being his son and Fatu his nephew. The tribal elder was able to mentor both, instilling in them the same unrelenting approach to competition that made the Wild Samoans world famous. The team toured through regional promotions before a quick stop with me in WCW, but WWE was always their goal.
The Head Shrinkers are coming.
Upon arrival, it was clear that the dynasty's next generation had indeed arrived, immediately drawing comparisons to their world-renowned predecessors. 10 years before it became cool to say, Samu and Fatu displayed ruthless aggression in the ring, overwhelming opponents before the bell and continuing the non-stop attack until their hands were raised in victory. Deceptively agile for men of their size, they brutalized the opposition with devastating dives from the top rope. The duo would eventually go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships in the spring of 1994, fulfilling the promise and carrying the legacy to even greater heights. At WrestleMania 9, the Head Shrinkers' one and only in-ring WrestleMania appearance saw them taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Be prepared, Steiner brothers. We're gonna give you a pain that you have never felt before.
While I'm not one to make excuses, I am one to give opportunities to you, our expert gaming member of the WWE Universe. And so, today, you have the opportunity to make things right. WrestleMania 9, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steiners performed at a near-perfect level that day, able to find every reversal and in the chaos emerge victorious. We are asking you to fix that. Stop them in their tracks and get the Head Shrinkers that WrestleMania victory you and I both know they deserve. But if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself reliving the very same memories that have haunted Samu and Fatu for years. Steiner lines, suplexes, Frankensteiners that will all bring your evening to a vicious, miserable end.
One of the toughest teams in WWE history.
Nearly 600 pounds of pure savagery.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Alpha at a combined weight of 565 pounds. Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
Fair warning, this one may not be too pretty, guys.
You talk about rugged individuals. These are two tag teams that can really bring the fight to anyone that steps in their path.
Yeah, there's about to be a seismic collision in the ring.
This match means so much to the Steiners and to the Head Shrinkers.
Well, the whole world is focusing on WrestleMania 9, and the last thing you want to do is come up on the short end.
Pride is on the line, and as is a stake to the claim of being the toughest team in all of WWE.
The Steiner brothers getting a tremendous ovation here in their first WrestleMania, and we'll see if they can carry on Michigan's winning ways.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 531 pounds, Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
The Steiner brothers are one of the most promising tag teams we've ever seen in WWE.
But Samu and Fatu are looking to stomp out any of that promise right here at WrestleMania.
Let me warn the WWE Universe right now. This is going to be a brutal match. Just two heavy-hitting tag teams going at it. Physical, smash-mouth wrestling. And like Saxton said, it won't be pretty at all.
Big fight feel in Las Vegas as Gladiators face off here at WrestleMania 9.
And we are watching four men who would have been right at home inside of a Roman Coliseum. The Head Shrinkers and the Steiners are ready for a true battle.
Both teams are relatively new to WWE, but we've seen that each duo is not afraid to get physical. Each side is looking for their first WrestleMania win, and they will do anything to earn it.
And into the corner he goes.
Boom! What a right! The whole world is is focused on WrestleMania 9 tonight. The last thing you want to do is come out on the wrong side of a match like this.
That's right, a big... Being at WrestleMania means a big boost in the tag division and a substantial winner's purse.
I don't think the head shrinkers concern themselves much with the financial matters, Saxton, but they are...
Dead's
nice takedown. Stack them up. Wasting no time getting his shoulder up.
Not yet.
Rick gets that sent right back to him.
ooh, vicious headbutt.
Foot to the midsection.
The Head Shrinkers and Steiners are two of the brightest young teams in WWE. But they both come to the match with a few years of experience in WCW.
The Steiner brothers earned many tag accolades in WCW, but Rick and Scott have their share of singles titles too.
Meanwhile, Samu and Fatu were never quite able to break through before WWE. You know that has to serve as motivation for the Head Shrinkers tonight. And just when he needed it most, he got the tag.
I've seen Samu and Fatu to headbutt each other during matches. If they do that to their own flesh and blood, who knows what they'll do to the Steiners?
It's just a byproduct of the brutal take-no-prisoners offense of the Head Shrinkers, Byron. These guys will bite, scratch, and claw their way to a win. Rulebook be damned.
And with Rick and Scott coming from an amateur collegiate background, they might be a bit more hesitant to bend the rules. Hopefully the Steiners can adapt, and fast. As we find ourselves surrounded by all this pageantry, do you think either of these teams is feeling the pressure of their first WrestleMania?
I can tell you that Samu and Fatu truly did not care. Alpha has turned these men into brutal fighters who simply want to destroy their opponents no matter where the fight takes place.
And as for the Steiners, we know they have big match experience, tons of amateur championship bouts in college, and some of WCW's biggest events. But even those can't hold a candle to the spectacle of WrestleMania.
Steiner looking powerless to every attack.
Seeing some high-impact offense from Samu and Fatu thus far.
I'm not sure the Head Shrinkers are even going for the victory. They just want to destroy the Steiners.
You have to be in peak physical condition to pull off a move with that much weight behind it. Look at this. Picture perfect backbreaker. Before this match began, you heard the Steiner speak backstage. Scott saying, quote, "Me and my brother are going to go out with a game plan and do what we do best." And he goes for the pin. Raising the arm before one.
He's not even close to being done yet. Ooh.
Punishing power slam. No other way. Just say it, guys. That looked like it hurt a lot.
Power slam. That just... reverberated throughout the entire building. Talk about making a statement. And we are really seeing the amazing skill sets of all four men in this tag team showcase.
And there goes Steiner sent outside the ring.
Fatu like a one-man wrecking machine right now, cleaning house.
Oh, look at this, the power by Scott Steiner.
But the tag was made and Scott not aware.
Big kick.
Scott Steiner did not see the blind tag made by Samu.
Oh, this is not looking good for Steiner.
And this is what the Head Shrinkers do. Top tier. Your tag team wrestling. Steiner didn't see the tag, decided to hot dog around, and got a foot in the face for it.
Some of those skills all the way up top.
From the top.
Diving headbutt.
Boom.
Oh, using the knee.
Drops the hammer.
Right on the lower back.
Samu is really displaying aggression.
The Head Shrinkers smartly keeping themselves out of the grasp of Rick and Scott Steiner.
There is a method to the madness of the Head Shrinkers.
Oh, not to the belly.
Jumping headbutt.
Now this is just classless. Somebody stop this competitor.
sent into the corner.
Here's the tag. Tandem offense on the horizon here. They have their opponent driven down face first.
That's it. No way the Steiners come back now.
Keeps his team alive. What a save. Clothesline. So effective.
Boom. Running STO plants him.
Nicely done. Big splash in the corner. And his body is still the focus of the attack. To the sky.
Headbutt on target. Looking for the victory. 2. And the Head Shrinkers get the win.
Here are your winners, Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
And what a huge win for the Head Shrinkers tonight.
Samu and Fatu making their family proud and proving themselves as top contenders in the tag division.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne had the huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all, along with the usual achievements if your name is The Rock. 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day.
If you smell, know your role and shut your mouth.
He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE Champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always-ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has. On a Thursday night in February of 1997, The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday, Raw Thursday, to give the first jolts to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
And here comes the #1 contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring is the challenger from the South Pacific, weighing in at 275 pounds, Rocky Maivia.
A blue chip talent with a bright future.
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
His opponent from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 246 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Helmsley is scheduled to face another challenger at an upcoming show this Sunday, and he's taking the risk, stepping in here against a newcomer, Rocky Maivia.
Well, you can consider it risky, you can consider it overconfident, but any way you look at it, it's a dangerous move by Helmsley to take on an athlete who has been on a real roll. Rocky Maivia has been successful thus far in WWE, and Rocky is focused. Rocky is only thinking about tonight.
Saxton, just curious, have you ever exercised your right to remain silent? I am tired of all this talk about Rocky Maivia. Yeah, he's been on a roll, but it could all come to a screeching halt tonight at the hands of Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Lots of competitors in the back dream for a shot at this title.
The Intercontinental Title hangs in the balance. Tonight in a match between our refined champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and the young challenger, Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia has a lot to prove here. The third-generation up-and-comer would love nothing more than to grab his first championship tonight and send a message to the WWE that
Vintage move here.
The Cobra clutch.
So much for the submission hold. He just lets go.
His grip strength might have run out.
Blast off.
The splash connects.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash.
Takes another trip to the skies, and it pays off once again. Slowly getting back up, and he is not going to like what's...
Take off.
Missile drop. Kick, just amazing athleticism being shown here. What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the better of Rocky Maivia?
Lift off.
Look out below!
Completely throwing self-preservation out the window.
I don't know how your mind would even think about doing that.
And some effective offense with that one. And Byron, Rocky has tremendous... Tremendous exuberance, tremendous youth. He's going to be a star for a long time.
I think Rocky might... Maivia shows more promise than any other wrestlers I've seen come into WWE. You talk about second-generation wrestlers, but with Rocky, you're talking about 3 generations. This guy is going to be phenomenal.
Helmsley has no control here.
The power of Rocky Maivia. Is too much for Helmsley right now. Gets driven into the corner.
Oh, stuck between the corner and a splash.
Oh, an overhand punch. Smothering offense now from Rocky.
Maivia keeps bringing the energy, and Helmsley has no answer.
Shoulder breaker. He's looking to go high risk from the top rope.
Oh my gosh, what impact.
Here's the pin. Title could be decided. Instantly, he has his shoulders up.
Still in it.
What a gutsy performance. Watch the quickness on this. Whipped over in a snap suplex.
Attacking the torso again, doing a little more damage. Look out. He fails to connect. Ooh. Effective counter. Maivia way up high.
Perched up top.
A diving knee drop. This capacity crowd certainly behind the youngster Rocky Maivia, thinking they're... Hunter whipped into the corner, nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle and a big right hand.
Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight.
Well, this is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion.
Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover, and Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia.
Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed.
This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup.
I think Maivia's done. The official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Here is your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anoa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the Sacred Blood Bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia because Maivia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steele.
We'll see which prevails tonight.
High Chief Peter Maivia taking on George the Animal Steele in a steel cage match. Quite a heated history between these two guys.
Yeah, Michael, and I think it's because Maivia is one of the few superstars brave enough to take on the animal. Most of their contests have ended in countouts or disqualifications. Thanks to the cage, we'll get a decisive victory in this one.
Well, that really depends on if a cage can even contain them.
The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steele to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia is prepared, all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon.
Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm with the High Chief.
Took him out at the knee.
Vicious attack. They outlaw that move from other sports for a reason.
Vicious right forearm.
Thunderous club comes down. Very effective.
Head down to the gut.
Oh! Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anoa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body. You are not going to know your left from your right after something like that. Isolating their opponent's arm and
And a series of vicious stomps.
You could feel the resentment building with each stomp there.
Boom, running STO plants him.
Nicely done.
Oh, no. Stop right to the gut. Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal.
We've seen that Steel isn't above using a foreign object to gain the edge against Maivia. So he's got to have the advantage in a match where they're surrounded by one huge weapon, right?
Well, you'd think that, Cole, but think about how these men prepared for this match. The High Chief is a consummate professional who's game planned for this stipulation. And Steel, well, I think he just shows up to the arena and asks who he's fighting. Stretching and tearing at all the ligaments in the leg.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steel often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature.
But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will...
Double leg takedown, got the shoulders.
What reflexes?
Looking for the...
He just might regret this decision. Ooh. Momentum is all with Maivia now.
Yeah, and Maivia has really figured the animal out here.
Oh, shoulder, elbow, all affected with that.
Oh, the arm taking the brunt of that.
Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steel as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steel is, well, he's an ugly creature. Hair on his upper torso to classify as fur, folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
And look at this.
Backbreaker. Maivia can taste it now.
Cover. He stays alive. He stays alive.
I do not know how you survive that.
Staying alive there is unheard of.
And the heaviest hitter in the arsenal was not enough.
Oh, and a cheap shot right above the eye.
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh, yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui. Big knee.
Maivia overwhelming his opponent here.
Maivia is reaching that other level.
He averts the offense. Two-handed choke slam.
Oh, great wherewithal there.
Measured up nicely.
Fist drop. George the Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost a match by counting.
He's trying again. Oh, break you in half.
And George is laid out.
Two. Amazing.
Where in the world is he getting this from?
His beating heart will not be stopped.
That was the best weapon in the arsenal, but it wasn't enough to produce an end result.
Placing him in the corner here. Getting lifted to the top rope.
Uh-oh, up to the second rope. Almost took their arm off.
What an arm drag.
And now going to start the climb up the cage.
From the heavens. Splash from the top.
2. No, he gets the shoulder up.
How? Maivia has steel in his sights, looking to put the animal down once. Are we about to see it again? Backbreaker, good grief. And this has to be the end of it.
There's 2. He's still in this fight.
Are we sure that wasn't 3? Just about as close as you can get.
All of that work, all these big moves, and it still didn't earn the fall.
Oh, this, what a headbutt.
George Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the Animal.
But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief, Peter Maivia. When you consider that Maivia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation.
Maivia one step ahead. Maivia looking at it all here. A kick out at 2.
A long 2.5 in the waning moments of this match.
Headlock cinched in and just tossed without regard.
Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
Can Steel recover from this adversity? Wicked chop block.
Oh, God.
Covers, wasting no time.
This could be it.
There's 2, and he fights it off.
And you got to think he's just one final blow away from not kicking out next time.
Taking out the arm, great strategy. So much damage inflicted. Attacking the arm. Great way to break down your opponent.
And he has no response for this barrage of offense.
A series of disabling maneuvers from Peter Maivia. I don't think Steel's aware of the danger that's coming.
He's going back to the well.
Caught with the backbreaker.
Is it enough? Is it enough for Peter Maivia?
2. Kicks out. Just kicked out.
Man, oh man, what resilience. He's got to be running on instinct alone.
I've lost count of how many times this match should have ended by now.
Perched up top.
Brace for this impact.
Like a guillotine.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash. Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible impact.
The climb to the top now is going to take every ounce of energy.
Launching.
Able to slip away.
Oh, what a kick.
Ooh.
Oh no, trapping the arm. Vicious stomps to the hand. And a series of vicious stomps. Uh-oh.
Mistake made by Steel.
Boom, running FTO plants him.
Nicely done.
And now propped up in the corner. Oof. And the onslaught to his core is continuing.
If he keeps taking targeted strikes like this, he's going to be doubled over before long. And he's got cartoon birds swirling over his head right now for sure.
All these attacks to the head. He's going to end up with a lot more than a splitting headache if this match goes on.
The target's been acquired once more.
Landing on the spine.
No way Steel's coming back from that.
He's about to do it. He's about to do it again.
Boom! What a backbreaker. It's over. You can't survive that again. Ooh.
And staying with it, into the cover.
There's 2. No! Kick out at 2.
What a match.
George with great awareness.
Maivia overwhelming his opponent here.
Steel now just trying to survive.
Clutch! Breaks, taps out.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief is one tough Samoan.
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning. a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock, Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax!
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Banzai Drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving titan in hopes to don the crown. Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring Finals.
The following is the final match in the Queen of the Ring Tournament. Introducing first, from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
I cannot wait to witness what unfolds here. The irresistible force has been on a tear recently.
And Nia believes the crown already belongs to her. Will Jax's menacing presence and sheer power be too much for Valkyria to overcome? Or can Lyra write a happy ever after ending to her Cinderella story?
Lyra Valkyria fancies herself a Morgan, which is an Irish goddess of war. As they were on the battlefield, they used to take the shape of ravens to fly around and decide who would live and who would die. That is what Lyra Valkyria is bringing to the ring here tonight.
And her opponent, from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyria may have read a little too much fantasy in her day, and now is reality. Lyra Valkyria is about to go toe-to-toe with a real-life, fire-breathing dragon in the form of Nia Jax. Nia Jax, who's in the best physical condition of her career, tonight will make someone. Will it be Lyra? Will it be Nia? We'll find out in a matter of moments.
And guys, you win the crown. Guess what waits for you in August?
A date with the champion of your respective brand at SummerSlam.
And it's all come down to this. And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax. Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home! Set outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Lyra says she feels alive every time she flies, and that's what Nia has to avoid tonight, keeping Lyra grounded.
The woman thinks she's a bird, Cole. What do you expect?
It's symbolism, Graves. Oh. And now gets tossed into the ring.
From the top. Whoa, look out.
The airtime, the fearlessness. What a ridiculous maneuver to the outside. What a headbutt.
Vicious. Anything can happen in WWE. It used to be a tagline, but it's the truth, and Lyra Valkyria is living it.
Over the last 12 months, Lyra has already knocked off the likes of Becky Lynch and Io Sky, but she's never faced anyone the size of Jax. This is a first for her career. Corey, what do you think is going to be the key in this match for Nia Jax? She certainly made plenty of promises when it comes to being Queen of the Ring.
What Nia brings to the dance, Cole, is raw power, the likes of which you rarely see from most men, let alone women. Nia has absolutely no problem using that power, and the same goes for her throwing her weight around in the ring. Lyra Valkyria might just learn that the hard way tonight.
And Lyra only finds herself on the defensive. Yeah.
And Nia is just buzzing right through Lyra here. God. Ali, Nia is just cornering Valkyria. Jax abusing Lyra, showing no mercy. I think it's a preview of what kind of queen Nia Jax would be.
The kind of queen that will happily send victims to the guillotine.
It's the Samoan drop.
There's so many moves at Nia's disposal that she can end this match with. For Lyra, not nearly as much.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be easy for Valkyria to pick up Nia Jax and drop her with the Nightwing.
Please, let's call the move by Its real name, it's a Samoan driver. You think Nia Jax doesn't have the Samoan driver scouted?
Nia Jax has complete control.
Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner, and the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now, with Lyra on her back, going to climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way.
Oh, my.
Oh, no. Good night. Annihilator.
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax.
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the Ring.
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax, officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new Queen.